Hello, this is going to be part one of a three-part series I'm doing on where we are failing the aquarium hobby. The first one I'm going to focus on is fish stores. Stay tuned. Hello fish keepers and other people out there who just want to learn more about the aquarium hobby. Welcome to Aquarium Thoughts. In this video, I'm going to go over where I believe fish stores are failing the aquarium hobby. Fish stores are often, or even big box pet stores, are the first entryway that beginners often go to. Unless they actually decide to do research first, which a lot of times is just a spur of a moment thing where they go into the store and they want fish. And basically, fish stores and pet stores, big box stores, are a lot of times setting these people up to failure, which in turn is failing the aquarium hobby, because in the end these people start getting discouraged because they keep on killing fish, keep on doing things wrong, their water is murky and all that, and basically the fish store is not taking proactive steps to curb this activity and fix their ways of business. The first thing on my list where I think fish stores are failing the aquarium hobby is a certain rule called the inch per gallon rule, which is not a very good rule, not a really even good guideline. No, little Jimmy, you're not going to have that 50-inch red tail catfish in this 53-gallon tank back there. Mainly because it's 50 inches and this tank's only 48 inches. If you want to hear more about this subject on the inch per gallon rule, I would recommend listening to Michael at Michael's Fish Room. He has a few discussions on there, a few videos on that, rant, all started from some Facebook group. But anyways, moving on. Number two reason on this list where I think fish stores are failing the aquarium hobby is the fact that oftentimes they will sell the tank and the equipment and whatever else they need along with the fish that's going to go into that equipment. They don't bother to qualify the said customers by asking, okay, what size tank are these fish going into at home? And not realizing that it's going to be that tank that they're buying right now. A lot of people aren't aware of the nitrogen cycle and the fact that you're going to have to cycle said aquarium to make it safe for fish. Of course, you could buy bacteria in a bottle, which is somewhat questionable, although I was on discussion on Reddit earlier today where someone actually tested it and found out that I think the only one that he would recommend, or she would recommend, would be Chem Stability. Other ones were not so good. Another thing fish stores or pet stores, big box stores can actually offer do as well is offer up for sale pieces of their filter media that they could package up and send on their way to the customer to start their cycle. Reason number three on my list is how they basically sell and display betas. They put them into a half-pound deli container. I know that size because I used to work in a service deli, and those are half-pound deli containers. Not a lot of room for a fish, and I'm sure that water in there has not been water changed. Maybe they water change when they first get in, but I really don't know how often they change the water in there because I've never seen it done. Maybe they just sell fast enough. I don't know that, but it's not really a lot of room. I mean, at least put them into a pound deli container. More water, more dilution, more room for the fish to swim in, although all I ever see those fish do is just sit there. Not much activity. Now, when you throw them in an aquarium, they're all dancing and floating and swimming around. But there's an easy fix to that. Put a big wall of aquariums, put individual little containers for them in there, more water where they're all cycled together, and just more dilution, a better situation for them. I've only seen one place by me that actually does that. Also related to this is number four, which is selling basically aquariums or tanks or whatnot that are not really suitable for pretty much any kind of fish. I probably wouldn't even keep a shrimp in them. Plants maybe, but then you're just kind of keeping the cycle going of selling these small little glass homes, which I'm sure It's a lot better to at least get a 2.5, and even then that's cutting it. I would at least say this minimum size to buy would be a 5-gallon. But I mean, if you really want to get into the hobby, I would even go bigger. Moving on to number 5 on my list is the fact that they tend to mislabel fish. Misidentifications and whatnot. Is it a Siamese algae eater, flying fox, or Chinese algae eater, which eventually will eat the slime coat on other fish. Another thing I've seen in this misidentification before is, I see this a lot in my area, is selling a fish as a UFO pleco. You might also see them sold as butterfly plecos, which unfortunately it's not even a pleco. It is called a hillstream loach. Whole different kind of fish. Loach, pleco. Pleco, loach. Different fish. But I guess UFO pleco and butterfly pleco sounds a lot nicer. And here, take one home, because it's a UFO pleco or a butterfly pleco. Which kind of leads me to number 6 on this list, which is a knowledgeable staff. Which in itself is not that bad. I mean, there's going to be new people in there that aren't that knowledgeable. There's going to be people learning on the job, which is fine, as long as they have the willingness to say, that is a very good question. But you know what? I don't know that answer, but let's go find out. A, you're going to find out the answer for the customer, and B, they're also going to basically know the answer for the next time another customer comes in and asks that question. Although I know throughout the aquarium hobby there's lots of gray areas where a person might think this, where another person might think that, and in fact they're both wrong and it's somewhere in here. Go figure that one out. But these people need to learn how to actually teach themselves by actually doing the research. If a customer comes up to them, just know it. Pull out your phone. I know some places of business do not allow that, especially big box corporations. But you know what? You're helping a customer, finding the answer to what he needs, and selling something that's not going to end up with an angry customer coming back complaining that this person told me a piranha that I put into my cardinal tetra tank, and now all our cardinal tetras are gone. Yeah, a piranha's not going to work with cardinal tetras. I suppose in some situation you might find that one vegan piranha that decides to not eat fish, but chances are it's not going to be a good situation. I mean, yeah, piranhas I think are overrated. I had one before. Not really a great fish. There's a lot other fish out there I would rather have, but back then I was young and naive and I just thought piranhas were cool. Which kind of leads me to the end here, which basically comes up with 2 other things I want to mention, which aren't necessarily where fish stores are failing the aquarium hobby by their actions for the most say. It's just kind of a lacking of what they're not doing. Number 7 would be actually specialization, which is basically specializing in one type of fish or one group of fish. Basically that way they could say, you know what, we specialize in this, we put our heart and souls into these kind of fish, we are going to have the best quality around. You're not going to find it at any of the other stores, because right now where I live, I have a large choice of fish stores to go to, unlike some people out there who only have big box stores. But even here, most of the stores I go into, they basically sell the same stuff, the same tetras, the same rasboras. I mean, occasionally you might see something different, but most of the time it's the same stuff. Most likely coming from the same sources. Why not just decide to, okay, you know what, we are going to specialize in angelfish. That way, if you want some angelfish, come to us. Don't go to them. I mean, I'm sure their fish is good, but you know, ours is better because this is what we specialize in. This actually came up from a discussion that Aquarium Co-op had with some people from Germany. All different markets, whole thing. I would recommend kind of searching out those videos and actually taking a look. Number 8 on my list, which is actually not on my list right here, but I kind of remembered it, is basically one thing I wish fish stores would do would be a better option to say take in rehomes. I know you probably bought that one fish and like, you know what, I really wanted that at the time. Now it's kind of outgrowing my tank. I want to change what I'm having. I need to find a rehome this. Of course, there's other sources you go through. I know there's Reddit, AquaSwap, Craigslist if you want to go that route. Although I'd probably just recommend going to Reddit to AquaSwap. That's a pretty decent place to go to. Give them away for free if you want. Sell them if you want. Although if you really want them off hand, just give them away for free. Someone will take them. But I think a lot of fish stores should probably have an option. Well, okay, yeah, we'll take in rehomes. Just give them to us. You know what? We're going to sell them for $1 or $2 a piece. I believe I also read Aquarium Go Up do that as well. I think he sells his for $1. I don't know because I've never been up there. I don't know if he still does that. But in my opinion, I think that's probably a good way to do it. That way these people... In conclusion, I really don't think all these fish stores or big box stores or pet stores and whatnot are really that bad. But there's just a lot of things that they could do to improve. Like offer options to rehome. Don't be telling the people on these false rules and guidelines like the inch per gallon and make them believe that they get to keep a bala shark in a 10 gallon for their whole life. That they're not going to be basically selling the equipment and fish at the same time. Just breeding disaster where they're just going to come back from time to time, end up getting discouraged because they keep on having the same result of fish dying. That they're not going to sell smaller glass homes that are not going to work for fish in the long run, which in the end is also going to lead to people getting discouraged when they find their fish floating all the time without any life in them. Basically make sure that they're identifying fish correctly. They're not calling hillstream loaches UFO plecos or butterfly plecos, and making sure that their staff is willing to go the extra step and actually becoming more knowledgeable. I mean, I know it's going to be hard knowing every single fish that they might sell, but you know what? You're in a fish store. You should probably start knowing your product. I mean, all it's going to take is seeing a few fish each day, taking the names home, research them, or even just research them when someone comes in wants to buy them. Say, you know what? I don't know. Let's find out. In the end, there's just a lot of improvement that I'd like to see. That way, we're not failing the aquarium hobby. And that way we bring more people into it and just more discussion. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you want, I also do have a 30-minute version of this that my computer actually didn't really want to process, but I could jump it up into smaller pieces if you'd really want to see that one. Please leave it in a comment. I might decide to do that in the future. Also, if you do agree with me on any of this, feel free to leave a comment on that. If there's something I said that you think is wrong or disagree with, also leave the comment down there as well. If you feel I left something out, please leave that as well. I hope you like this video. I hope you press the like button. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button too. That way I know I'm failing someone out there. And that way I can work on improving what I'm doing here. Improve my skill set, improve my knowledge. I know I'm not going to be the best speaker in the world. I'm going to have issues here and there, mainly because I'm not running on a script as well. I mean, if I ran off a script, it'd be even worse. I'll be like, yeah, the inch per gallon rule, blah, 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 blah. It's just going to sound terrible, but I hope you do subscribe. I hope you do hit the bell button to get notified when I do put up a new video, and all in all. You guys have a great time, enjoy your fish, and see you next time.